Hello friends, good morning, good afternoon. In this session, we are going to see filtered index in SQL Server. So let's start. And this is an example. Means real life scenario is that means person form, right? On web form or Windows application form, correct? And we are getting the inputs from the user like the first name, last name, and email. ID is the auto increment. Means there is a new ID will automatically generate at here. Okay, in this field. And next thing is that yes, and first name is the mandatory, last name is mandatory, and email is not mandatory. Once user input these fields, then he click on a submit button, and in the background we are saving the data look like as first name, last name, and email. And one more thing means for one person there is a one email ID, correct? And we have to apply the unique constant for that. But as we said, there is a email is not mandatory, means it allowing null value. And suppose in real life means some of the person don't have an email, right? And if out of means there is a 5 million record in the table, right? And out of 5 million only 5 persons having the email ID, means with their the records having the null value, correct? And if we have to search any email ID, so it will scan the entire data, right? So we have to look that how to resolve this issue, and we have to apply the unique things as well, right? Means we have to accept only one email ID for that particular person. Okay, means that email ID should not repeat for the other person. That's the uh, purpose behind of that. Okay, then let's see in detail. Before going into the detail session, if you want to know basics of indexing, means like a clustered index, then non-clustered index, and unique index, so you can go through the my previous videos so that you will get complete information about the unique, clustered index, non-clustered index, and you will get the prior information. Okay, so actual scenario is here. Means first of all there is one thing, correct? And this is the definition of the filtered index, right? And what definition is saying, a filtered index reduces the index maintenance cost compared to the full table's non-clustered index because it is similar and is only maintained when the data is in the index is changed. Okay, this is the second thing. But before of that, when it is smaller, that is the one important thing. How it is smaller? So we have to check that when you go through the practical example, then you can easily say that is the definition. Means there is a, yeah, how that cost is compared and full table non-clustered index versus the smaller index. Okay, and real life scenario is that means there is a person is the table, right? So yes, in the practical we are going to do, create that. I am dropping the table, correct? And creating the one table here as a person. Please look carefully here. ID is the identity column and primary key, and email is the null, right? I am, yeah, creating the table. Yeah, this, okay. Table creation is done, and there is nothing in that. Yeah, I am disabling the execution plan first of all, and then I'm inserting 500 records. Okay, and if you see, there is a 500 records having the uh, email ID, right? Here you can see there is a first name, last name, and here you can see there is a with their proper email ID, and we have to insert the some null values in the email as well, right? So I am going to the another loop, so which is from 501 add to the 5 lakh, or let's say 50,000. Okay, I am saying as a 5 lakh till. Okay, execute it. It will take a few seconds. Now you can see here in person table how much record, correct? First of all, select star from person. Okay, so here you will get 5 lakh records, right? And rest of the records, only 500 records having the proper email ID, right? And rest of the records having the null, right? If you search where email is null, I will show you both the condition. So you will get 4,99,500, right? And we are going to search only one record. Then see the execution plan behind of that. Execute it. So what it does, clustered index scan, and there is a 5 lakh records it scanned, right? And grab only one record. And what we have to do, we have to apply the index on it. Okay, so how to do that? First of all, there is a, and while creating an index, we have to keep in mind that we have to make it as a unique as well, not the searching point of view, but we have to means implement two things, means unique as well as fast searching. Okay, how to handle that? First of all, what is the question? You have make email column as unique using unique key or a unique constant. It's your choice. And email is not mandatory for application, so it allows null value, right? And okay, so yes, first one is the I'm creating the unique non-clustered index on this table. Can I apply that index? First of all, this is the result, means when I'm going to create it showing, because it's showing an error. Yeah, first of all, read the error. What it's saying? Yeah, here there is a, this is the duplicate value, right? And we can able to create the index, but it having the duplicate value as null, means if we see there is a multiple nulls in that particular column, so we can't make it as a unique, and unique wants only one unique value, means null allow, no problem, but only one null is required. That's the thing behind of that unique clustered index. And same thing with the unique constraint as well, means suppose I'm going to add here alter table dbo.person and adding the constraint, add constraint name unique and on the email column, so it will allow no, because same thing is happening here now, means there is a duplicate key value is available, so that's why these are the both the solutions are not compatible. Then what is the solution on it? So this is the solution, means create unique non-clustered index. Okay, and you, if you observe, there is a where clause, which is very important, means it maintains the uniqueness as well as where email is not null. Those emails having the not null value, so they are maintaining the uniqueness in that, and we are filtering the condition, correct? So if I'm going to check select star from person where email is equal to this, so execute it. Okay, I have to enable the execution plan, then execute it again. So you can see there is a previously 5 lakh records, right? And here there is a 5 lakh records. First of all, I have to create the index, right? I forget to create. Okay, and then select it. Okay, in the execution plan you can see there is a only actual number of records to be one. Here you can see the difference, means cost is the 100% and there is a 0.124 second, but here 0.000 second, right? And if you compare both the execution plan, means indexing and index scan, so here is the 5,000 records, right? And here is the only one. So that is the thing here, means if we apply the proper index on it, so it is the means estimated IO cost is this, and here is the 3.0 point not. So that is the actual purpose, means we can mm, uh, achieve two things, right? Means uniqueness as well as search performance. That's why this solution is important, and such a index are called as a filtered index. And I will copy this query and paste it on my blog so that you will get all the queries and how to insert the data. Okay. And one more thing I have to say about, let's check another example. Means I have to sign in into the Google, correct? And in that I have to provide the email ID. If that email ID is present in Google database, then it will accept it. Otherwise, it will give us the message could not find your Google account. Correct. And if that particular email ID is exist, then it will ask for the password and then we can able to sign in. So what we are doing here means in the background, they are searching this email ID in their database. Correct. And right now we created the non-clustered index. Correct. And there is a difference between the non-clustered index and clustered index. We have to check that. Correct. Table it again means previously table I drop in, and yes, email not null. Okay. And execute it. Okay. And then execute the 500 records. Okay. So if you search it, so you will get the data, right? And if you are searching, I'm not applying the null because inserting null value here because we applied the constraint as a not null, right? So here you are miss there is a for this record we are getting the data, right? But if you see the execution plan and execute it, so what it does, clustered index scan, correct? And yeah, actual number of rows to be read 500. Okay. And what we have to do, so in that case you have a two options. Means what are the two options? Simply create, means create unique non-clustered index on person email. Okay. And yeah, let's check. Then select the data. Okay. And see the execution plan. Okay. So it is the index is called. Okay. And there is a actual number of rows to be read 1. And you have, suppose right now there is only 500 records, no problem. If there is a billions of record, correct, clustered, so first of all we have to switch it into the previous. While creating the table, what we have to do, first of all drop the, we are creating the primary key, so in the background there is a clustered index is created, correct? So how to avoid that, we can create as a here unique clustered. Okay. Unique clustered. Okay. And see carefully here, execute it and execution plan. So I will here is the indexing and non-clustered index is called. And I'm creating the new table miss with person name, and there is a name as a person, and here I'm making as a unique clustered index. Okay. And then I'm going to inserting 500 records. So insert the 500 records in it. Okay. Yeah, 500 record insertion is done. And then what we have to do, we have to, no need to apply the any other index. Means on ID you can apply, means if we are searching the data from the person table, right? But right now our purpose is that we created this table, right? Means person is created and unique with clustered value, clustered index. Okay. Then see the execution plan. So there is a clustered indexing, and as I said in the previous sessions as well, clustered and non-clustered, which is the performant, clustered is performant, and because it contains the actual data, so it will grab the data very quickly. Means when you are building an application in, means there is a email and password, and you are searching it from the first of all email, right? Means that particular email is matching, means let's say this is the email is matching, then and then you are going to towards the next step, like yeah, what is the, yeah, it is saying, yeah, Google can't find your Google account, means there is a could not find. Why? Because this email ID is not exist. If exist, then they will allow you to input the password, correct? But actually searching is basically dependent on the email, right? Email or a phone. Right now I am giving the example of email, so that's why, yeah, email is the primary criteria. So one more here. I think you got the clear understanding about the clustered index and non-clustered index, as well as how we are, when we are searching the data from the particular employee or a person table, and we have to do the authentication, then unique clustered is the very perfect example for this. Means what, in conclusion I can say, we saw two things. Means one is the this is scenario, like this, and this scenario means we have to make it as a unique, and application allow null value. Okay, and second scenario is that from authentication perspective. Okay, and the next session I will going to covering index. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, please share it and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.